Solving for x, I have x minus 6 and x plus 1 equals minus 10. That's my equation. I know my answer is going to be x equals 4 and x equals 1. Okay, I have to find those as answers. I'm not supposed to know that, but I just know it. So the first thing I do is I'm going to multiply. I'm going to use the FOIL method, and Anna told me x times x gives me the x squared, and x times plus 1 gives me a plus x. Over here, I now take the second part, okay? I take the minus 6, and I'm going to multiply it by first this one. I get minus 6x, and minus 6 times plus 1 gives me minus 6. I have to keep the minus 10. I've done that so far. So now I put these two together because they're like terms, remember? And then I have x squared on this side. Now, what do I do what do I do now? Tell me. Yell it to me. The negative 10, I add 10 on this side. I add 10 on this side. And what is the constant going to be here? Say it again. Positive or negative 4? Positive. So it's going to be positive 4. Yes? I add 10 on this side to get rid of it. I add 10 on this side. I get plus 4. And what does it equal now? 0. Okay, add a girl, factor it. So now I know if I'm going to factor this, I have x plus or minus something, and then x plus or minus something equals 0. I have to find out what's going on. So let's see. I know that to get the x, I have x squared, I have to go x times x. That's the only way, right? Okay. If I want to get the plus 4, give me the options.
2 times 2.
Always start with 1, because you'll forget it. 1 times 4, and what's the negative of that? Okay, negative 1 times negative 4. That's the first one. It always works. 1 times something is always going to be factored. Okay, let's try the second one. Any others? How else can I get 4? I can get. Okay, I can go 2 times 2. And what's the other side? Minus 2 times minus 2. Okay? So now I say, do you remember when we FOIL things, we add up the middle terms. So which of these will add up to what I need is a negative 5?
Negative 4, negative
1. Okay, so negative 4 and negative 1. You watching, Anna? Okay. Why? Because I'm going to be, this is going to, if I FOILed it again, x times this guy, x times this gives me minus 1x, and then x times this gives me minus 4x, gives me the total of minus 5x. That's what I'm going to need. Do you see that that works? How about the people in the back? Yes? Okay. So now if that works, ready? The question that I have is, when you're doing a quadratic equation and you factored it, okay, so I have 2 pieces. If I have something times a times b that equals 0, what do you know about either a or b? I have 2 numbers that multiply to 0. What do you know? One of them has to be 0. Who said that? Thank you. Okay. So now, that means, are you watching, Anna?
Yeah.
You're doing things with calculator again. Watch me. How do I make, this one has to be 0 or this one has to be 0? So so I say, oh, what do I know here? I know either x minus 4 equals 0 or x minus 1 equals 0. And so x equals 1 or x equals 4. And ladies and gentlemen, I get 2 answers, and that's what we said was going to be when we started. Got it? Thank you. I hit stop.